Blue Lock versus Japan's U20. One of the greatest arcs Blue Lock has seen yet. The hype for season 2 was for this match alone. And I'm not gonna lie, the animations have peaked the last 2 episodes, so take peak with a grain of salt. But there was a little oversight during this whole match. This shit was an 11v3. Like, please, really tell me, who is this guy? What about this bum? Do you know who this guy is? I didn't think so. And then I wondered, what if I removed the U20 and put Blue Lock against not whoever this guy is, love him or hate him, a group of people that could honestly, truly give Blue Lock a run for their money, Zenless Zone 0.
Abracadabra, my bitch way better, my wrist out the motherfucker better. Fish parquet, I snook on the face, green diamonds, I fucked up my bladder. Motherfucker trends, I been with my kids in the spot, cause family matter. Everything else you speaking about, might get your ass whooped like a pedal. Yeah, big scale, no scale, weigh it up. I spent 20 mil on the crib, pay it up. In Dubai, but the bitch from is real.
In order to really see how this can work, we need to lay out some ground rules and set the scene. Rule number 1, killing isn't allowed, obviously. Yes, that includes both sides because something Baro would try to do. Rule number 2, the use of powers only to a logical extent. As in, Miyabi cannot start flashing around like she does in-game, but we can say that she has high speed or super speed, for example. Also, Yanagi cannot time stop or do whatever this thing was in-game. She cannot do that because, honestly, that'll probably be cheating, but honestly, knowing Blue Lock, I think it will probably let side. It looks pretty normal compared to what they be doing. Rule number 3, standard soccer rules, like the U20 match and everything that happened goes. Like Shido and Baro being subbed in during the match. But since Shido won't be there because he was on the U20 side, instead we're going to be replacing him on the Z20 side. I know, the name is kinda cold. Brother. That leads me into how we're gonna decide who actually wins. Through the use of AI. Yes, artificial intelligence, bot AI. Yes, we know, bro. And to try to make it as clear as possible, we're going to refer to everything as halves, like as we usually do. First and second to be clear to anybody that's like how we're going to really like do like the sub-ins and all that. That's how we're going to do it. And you might be saying, but there's overtime included. The dude winning goal happened when he sub. I know. Even though you are right, that did happen. There was a little bit of extra time where Isagi did make the goal. That happened in the U20 side of things, not in the Z20. And who knows, maybe or maybe not, we'll need overtime when versing the Z20. I'm also going to give a brief summary of everybody to the best of my abilities, and mostly towards the Zenless side, because it's all in the whole anime, manga, and everything to Blue Lock, and honestly, I am not a debater. I am not going through everybody, and plus we're only going to be using their max potential within the U20 match, so nothing really beyond that, so it really wouldn't even matter regardless. But I'm going to give you a highlight of everybody that's going to be on Blue Lock's side who might be a problem, and of course I'm going to give you a whole rundown of all the Z20 and what they can be capable of. One more thing before I actually get into the team side of things, I am not a debater, bro. So I don't do 50 calculations from page to page when I'm reading manga or literally anything. I don't sit there and do all that calculation stuff. So this video is purely for laughs and giggles. If you couldn't tell that already, it's nothing to be taken seriously. So if you're ready to type out a paragraph on how I got this wrong, we're going to talk about this thing, I'm letting you know in advance you will be talking to the wall. Because if I don't bring out how Naki did the twister, swirly, backflip, front flip, eating ice cream cone 360 in the goal that he did in chapter 350 of the light novel, you're gonna be talking to the wall. I repeat, you will be talking to the wall, not to me, but to yourself in the comments or wherever you in your head. Get that out, because I will not be doing that. I have to say, I will not be doing that. To start off, for the Z20 side, we'll be using the same exact team formation as the U20, and I searched far and wide for the best possible team on this side, but honestly, I think I absolutely clicked with the selection. You really gotta give me a round of applause. You really gotta clap it up for me, to be honest. The same way Blue Lock had like their own little game plan on how Rin was supposed to be like the main scorer, and basically the whole team revolved around him in a way. The same thing's kind of gonna apply here, but not really. But I will definitely say our main driver, honestly, you saw this coming. Like, if you played Zenless, bro, you already know who I'm probably gonna mention, but there's like no way I can't not mention her. New Airduce Protector, Void Hunter, Chief of Section 6. You're gonna have to give me Oshimi Miyabi.
In a club with some wines and I pipe down. Shawty got me out too high. I be stepping on a beach in some white ones. Can't control, I think I'm too fly.
at 5'7", ears included of course, we have Hoshimi Miyabi. Not only one of the best picks I could have used for this spot to drive towards the goal, she's probably one of the best characters we have in this game at the moment. And if you're seeing what's happening on screen, you cannot sit here and tell me she does not carry mad aura. So kind of like how Reen was the main driver for Blue Lock in the sense how he makes those impossible ass shots, I really do believe that Miyabi could also fit that same exact role. And including when we need her most, she also has that clutch ass factor that gives her an extra point. But you cannot put it all on Miyabi though, because just like in Blue Lock, we need some chemical reactions, some real teamwork between the Z20. And honestly, I don't think I found a better fit than these two on the right and left wing, to be honest. Because I'm gonna need my absolute goats, bro. Zhu Yuan and Jane Doe. So, Jane Doe, our lovely rat with incredible assets, and our PubSec officer with also incredible
Lord, have
assets,
mercy.
whom both possess great physical attributes and really know how to get the job done when need be. And the way I see it, it's about their teamwork capabilities. Just like Miyabi, who is going to be the team's main scorer, just like in the U20 match, really anything can happen and you gotta be ready for it. So that's why I feel like my pick for Jane here is crucial. We've seen her come up with ideas on the fly to get her missions done. Also, she could be very fast and slippery and would definitely be a problem for Blue Lock to deal with. Now looking at Zhu Yuan, I really do feel like she just ties both Jane and Miyabi together. Only few know about Jane's true identity within the Force. Also, Miyabi and Zhu Yuan do go way back and also are familiar with one another. And I feel like when it comes to those heated moments with Zhu Yuan, she also, just like Miyabi, has those crucial moments where she just comes in clutch. And again, gives her a point up. And I really do feel like with both of them at the front, I just don't see them how this would not work. If you really catch what I'm trying to put down, I just don't see how this would not work. So, if you're really listening to my whole yap session, you didn't hear me discuss stuff like ball control and meta vision, just to name some. And if I had to guess which ZZZ character would probably unlock this potential, max it out, you know what I'm trying to say, I would have to say it could be Ambi and Soldier 11. Because these two are essentially cut from the same cloth. Silver Soldier Ambi. But there's no doubt with their quick reflexes that we've seen multiple times, that's really just like all they have going for them. Okay, that was a joke. But you know what I'm trying to say. Like, that's what they're known for. Being able to react to everything that's happening within on the field within a matter of seconds could honestly be a cakewalk for these two individuals. And I feel like it could be so easy for them. They can keep midfield on lock with just them alone. Ambi has shown to be one of the most aware characters we've seen in this game multiple times, and honestly is ready to throw down with anyone that comes her way. Like, she's dead ass ready to run the hands. Also survived the whole building getting blown up. Yeah, this chick, the GOAT. And Soldier 11, in this part of the story, has only been riding solo because there's no one else in her faction, but has been taking down enemies left and right with ease, who has proven herself to not only be a valuable asset to people around her, but also to this team that we're building. But Soldier 11 is not the only one who's taken down Team Solo, because we didn't even talk about our offensive midfielder. Coming straight from the outer ring, the current champion of the Sons of Caledon, Lighter. From winning countless fights, protecting his gang, and doing anything to protect the things he loves most, the perfect combo between offense and defense, Lighter. So there's really nothing much else to say about this creamy, sexy, aura-filled man. Pause! Aside from that, he'll be an absolute demon to go against in a one-on-one. And that's why I feel like he's the perfect pick for this spot. So shout out to Alex Lee, bro. Voicing so many of my favorite characters, bro. Sung Jin-woo, P3 Makoto, Zenitsu. Absolute fucking GOAT, bro. But, of course, when talking about the Sons of Caledon, you have to mention their leader, and that's who we're bringing in, Caesar King. And we're going to be putting her in the goalkeeper position. And probably one of the most debatable spots on this team, but you're going to have to hear me out real quick. Although, yes, characters like Ben could fit in the spot too, probably even better, in-game, he is kind of on the slower side, so I'm putting Caesar in this position to have a good balance between fast and actual defense. Well, she is a defensive character, and being the leader of the Sons of Caledon and the Overlord, she can handle anything that's being thrown at her. Even the fight with Pompey, this also establishes her role on this team. Now, closing out the final five, on the left and right back wing, Tsukishiro Yanagi and Ching Yi. Now, this is probably some more debatable picks, but again, you're gonna have to hear me out. Although Ching Yi is probably the shortest person on this team at 4'8", I don't think that's all that crazy judging how she moves throughout the game. And you could say it may be hard to potentially catch her on field by someone twice her size guarding her, but we've seen her take down multiple people who is, well, twice her size multiple times, and I don't think that'll be much of a problem for Ching-Yi, judging by the way she moves. And Nagi here is just a very well-rounded player, and we've seen her keep her squad in check before, and just like other players on this team, she knows how to hold her own and pull her own weight. And in my honest opinion, probably the second strongest in Section 6 that we've seen. But I'm not a debater, so I'll leave that up to you to decide. And finally, speedrunning this part, this should be fairly obvious. For our left and center back, I'm gonna have Lycon and Billy Kid. These two are literally just the perfect players for this spot, really double downing on the fact how no one's gonna be able to break through them. Lycon has shown many times that he's ready to protect anybody, his employer, and we've seen him protect Proxy multiple times, basically escaping death, and even went to extremes to make that happen. And Billy, who's the previous champion of the Sons of Caledon, yes, just like Lighter is now, so also like Lighter, Billy has fought many fights to get there, and hearing his name made his enemies cower in fear. Not gonna lie, that's mad aura. Also, not to mention he's a 6'2" robot, and is always doing commissions with the cunning hairs, so he's more than capable of securing his spot on this team. And the final one at that. And for our one and only substitute, I'm gonna have Ellen Jo. Yes, you probably were waiting for all these picks, but I'm now finally mentioning her. She does possess strength swinging these big ass pair of scissors around, or farming the whole part of the story she was in just like Lycon. I'm putting her in the second half just like Shido was subbed in, so she'll be able to store her energy and make a crazy power play if need be. And we'll be swapping Ching-Yi for that. I'm not gonna spend too much time going over Blue Lock, because we're almost 12 minutes already into the video, so I'm gonna go over the key players and the problems ZZZ might face. Starting off with Reen in his Destroyer mode. It allows him to analyze his opponents and take basically what you're good at and make you feel like you're absolute dog shit at it. And to really show how broken this is, he managed to pass Sayutoshi, the best midfielder, and catch him off guard within the final moments of the game. And overall, Reen's just an amazing player with amazing shooting capabilities, and honestly, he can do everything in the book. And Isagi, our MC, who has the ability to read the field, also known as Metavision, will just hit you with the I understand it now. Just know when the puzzle pieces fly, some bullshit is gonna happen. And with being the main character, you know somehow, some way he's going to be a problem. Carl being an anomaly could change the game like he did when he stepped on the field for the first time with his wild playstyle. In combo with his great shooting ability, he would manage to tear through U20's defense, so that could pose a problem within the second half. Then we have Nagi or farming Seishiro, and with his supreme ball control, maybe tricky to deal with, especially looking how he made this goal. Nothing really came after this though, but I do feel like it's an honorable mention to what he's capable of. And same thing with Bashira and his creative dribbling that has gotten through many teams' defense, and by himself he's a monster, and I'm pretty sure that's self-explanatory. And near the final part to wrap this whole thing up, we have Chiguri, whose weapon is speed, and Nico, whose weapon is metavision, who got subbed off of Ryo and Hiyori during the second half. With Ryo being the Kakashi of soccer that is able to copy people's weapons, who Hiyori also had a significant impact with his metavision, and it was able to make game-changing passes. And the last player I want to talk about is Yokimiya, who by the way had a crazy ass glow up from just a change of glasses. Like, can we give this guy props? And the way he was able to enter in the flow state to get past the enemy's defense with his street style stalker, but ultimately did get blocked when he took the shot, however. But not only is he fast, he's also wavy as hell. Like, please, his drip is fantastic. And with that out of the way, really anything goes, and all players could potentially access the flow state, including the Z20. May we see somebody do it? We'll find out right now. Alright, the moment y'all been waiting for. Blue Lock 11 versus the Z20, bro. Time to decide who finally wins. This took me about an hour to type out to get this all like accurate, which is about a second for you because the video skipped. But there's one little mistake that I did make, which was the Ellen Jo and Ching-Yi switch. We're gonna sub in Ellen Jo, but not for Ching-Yi. She's gonna jump into the game. I went back to review everything to make sure I was on the right track and whatnot, and saw that I did make that mistake and corrected it. So if you do see that, that is my fault. But aside from that, everything else is the same, and nothing else was changed. And the moment I press enter here, we will finally know who wins, the Blue Lock 11 or the Z20. Here we go. Alright, Team Blue Lock wins in the first two, 0.5-0. Making teams easy. Yo, there's no way. There's no way. And there it is, chat. And there it is. ZZZ has won. BPs. Hoshimi, Rhea. Bro, I told you, yo, I told you. Hoshimi and Reen, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I'm too locked in with this, bro. I'm too locked in, bro. That was the only outstanding play that I'm not gonna lie, that's looking kind of crazy, though. Only 2 goals with outstanding play? I thought it would be way more than that one. Who scored the winning shot? Let's go. Oh my god. Oh, I told you. It's like, well, it's actually just, it's too perfect, bro. It's too perfect. I don't know what to tell you. Some stuff you just can't make up. So in other words, Miyabi just solos everything. She's the GOAT, bruh. I could have told you that without needing this video. But if you did enjoy, go down there, like, subscribe, share, comment, do all that jazz, bro. This took me so long to edit, to research, and this idea, oh, I'm so glad it came to light, bro. But aside from that, I'm out.